Imagine yourself, and there you shall be. A wah vibration, eternal, unstoppable, beloved. The truth has you surrounded. Welcome to the flow. We like to see this guy build stuff, you know. Our children love to see stuff like this, you know. They imagine doing it on their own land, you know. All praise the Creator. We have it for them, for our children, for yours. We flow. We try to imagine our day, waking up and just being comforted by the possibilities of building together like we do in this frequency as we manifest it, materialize it, hijack free, static free. So, I mean, what's he building here? A termite clay kiln and pottery. I mean, hey, dig on it, literally, dig on it. He digging on it. Let them teach you how to be you. That's the least they can do, is help you remember. Fall back, y'all, fall back. Love the primitive technology. Not bad for one man. What can we do with many man? With many women and men working together, sisters and brothers. What can we do? Yeah, fall back, people. Own your vibration. go. I mean, just imagine this is your day. You're on your land. No mortgage, no debt. Just building with your family. Is that all the drop we need? And when you're there, you know how to treat your brother and your sister. You'll know how to treat your mother, honoring your mother, keeping your creator first. Together. No hijacks. You'll know how not to bear false witness. How not to covet your brother and your sister. And work together. And you'll wake up to your trees, and you'll wake up to your, beautiful, air that you haven't breathed in so long because you haven't been surrounded by it. Spraying on top of you, fumigating you every day. This is what J. Stu went for. This is what Mario went for. This is what the Queens went for. This is what Vanessa Perkins went for. And we're so grateful to be a part of that first leg of the journey. And we love our family, and we look forward to our existence. Because we realize working together, we can do mighty things. Having our family out there while we got it together on this end, we found the perfect land for us. The perfect land. The mountains were trees. All praise the Creator. This is a victory for the entire family. Come hijack free. Leave your hijacks. Remember this. Shoes up. Man, he pulling that out barehanded, man. I call this dude Bam Bam. He on his Flintstones, man. He on his Flintstones, man. All he does is just, build shit, man. Build it and drop it. And all we do is remember. You don't even gotta learn how to do this. You just gotta remember. Just be you, do you. You can do anything. You can build anything. When have you stopped building, my people? When have we stopped building? Got comfortable in a system and stopped building. Our status is the earth. That is our status. The earth is your status. You be at peace with the earth. You be at peace with the Creator. That is your status. That is what you fight for. Existence. Your Creator exists. You exist. That is your status. To exist is a status. To be is a status. To become is a status. We do all. We are all. Love to y'all, man. Let go. After everybody dropping this drop, I want to get into a poem by my sister, Tiana Battle. My sister, love to you. You got your shirts on the way, my sister, to the family. Man, they just rock the drop so thoroughly that we know. I love sharing it. And so, they have such a wonderful perspective. They're such a great example as a family, as a unit, on how to build, how to be water, how to keep moving, how not to be stagnant in one thing, but to, continue to search for newness together. And not just something that's new, but, it's only new to them. To remember together is what the family's doing with their with their beautiful unit. Their children. They take their children on these wonderful journeys, and you guys are inspiring me. I have little ones, man, so I watch you, and I appreciate you. To the family. Love to Chris Battle, Tiana Battle, and the Battle family. Yeah, it's a Battle family, and how beautiful. My Battle family writes a beautiful poem about the spiritual and frequency war. Are we not in a frequency war? I mean, can you recognize static when you see it, or are you still confused? A wise man said, don't argue with fools, 'cause people from a distance can't tell who is who. A wise man said, don't argue with fools, 'cause people from a distance can't tell who is who. You got people just doing foolish things in foolish, static, chaotic frequencies. Don't argue with fools. It's just confusing to people. It's a spiritual and frequency war. It's vibration. Either you feel it, you dig it, or you get left on. Left on. We are all secretly involved in a continual spiritual and frequency war. The nations are gathering up their troops. That's what the believers are for. Each soldier believes our cause is right and cannot be led astray. We arm it up with a collection of works to prepare for the spiritual day. We will proudly charge forward with our selected or forged weapon of choice, whether it be the Torah, Bible, or the Quran, or our individual voice. Some of us will have our ears covered by a helmet of crafty delusion. Some of us will be equipped with eyes to see straight through the illusion. Some will get hit with a wave or shock that our bodies are built to receive. Others will get bruised, hurt, or shot because they are easy to deceive. We prepare for battle and listen for the call, and we do it all without pause. To take what is known and keep what is not is the reason of this cause. That 440 hertz hits with force and turns us into a mental and physical slave, while 432 hertz comes at us like water and keeps us on a frequency wave. There are strategies and contingencies and more than a few backup plans to make sure we don't secure our history, knowledge, and our promised lands. Spiritual and frequency war. Love to tie battle. Y'all give a frequency, you know what I'm saying? Send a frequency hello. Send some frequency over to the battle family. Keep them in your prayers. Keep all of us in your prayers as we survive a spiritual and frequency war. You see the attack in real life. You see the website getting attacked. You see it, you know, just chaos, man. But we know that our vibration exists above this barrier, man. Let those below the barrier be below the barrier. A wise man said, don't argue with fools. Yo, Ty, this is amazing, sister. Please keep it coming. It's water for the flock. Food for the starved. You dig? Oh man, and you know, let's give some love to the battle family. They sent these great pictures for us. Hey, Chris and Tiana. Represent. Drop Nation. We've been patiently waiting. Man, y'all keep those shirts looking crispy, man. Y'all got those a while ago. They still look brand new, man. That's so beautiful. Let's see some more of this drop. Oh, yeah. Remember that. Remember your orientation while we get there. Remember the gates. Remember the gate. The summer gate. Remember the lands and your perspective outside. These are all worlds. World, new world. Negroes everywhere. Remember your perspective. All right. Let go. Yeah, represent. If they cannot tell us who we are, how can they tell us who we not? They can't say who you are. They call you all kind of titles and they want you to check this box or that box, and they can't tell you who you are and they can't tell you who you're not. Your ancestors didn't call themselves Indians. But now we're so proud and say, look, I checked the box called Indian. That got nothing to... Your people didn't call themselves that. In English. Their way. With their boxes. With their selections. We rock Drop Nation. Because we know water ain't no status. Water ain't no... You can't label it. You can't own me. I don't know who owns that title. Who owns this title? Who owns that? Everything's in all caps. It's a system you're trying to escape. And yet we get pulled and convinced to be a part of something that we are not a part of. On our way out, we don't have to say, hey, peace, take a signature while we go. We just got to get the land and we got to acquire and we got to know that we are alive and we exist. That is truth. You are truth. And no one can put that and do that for you, man. This family is doing it on their own. Hijack free. No one has to, tell them this and that. They've just made a decision, man. And for us to be a part of that means every single thing, that we can ever endeavor, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everything we can ever endeavor is this family right here. Rocking the drop, man. Ty and Chris battle. I love y'all. Thank y'all for, uplifting my spirit. I needed what I needed when I needed it. And you always provide right on time. Never a day late. Never a dollar short. And those no hijacks allowed shirts that come your way. And I'm going to do a drop, showing me, kind of making them and just, playing with it different ways with this shirt press. It's a lot of fun. So thank y'all for surfing the wave, man. Love to April Phillips, always dropping wonderful drops. She dropped some great crystal drop. Another cancer survivor like Catrice Green, cancer free. Love to Catrice Green. And you love to April Phillips and, great crystal drop with that. Love to you, sis. All right, so let's see. Let's check out Philip Davis. All right, my brother. Thank you so much for taking this time. This is Drop Poetry Night. Drop Poetry Night. Let's go. I'm saying we got some creative energy going on, man. Drop Nation. Love to y'all. Philip Davis. Out of the water. In the water. I am water. I am water. At least 70% of my vessel. When the waves come and they roar, I don't even bother to wrestle. I adjust to streams. spread out in the lakes and the oceans, and wonder how many drips I would take. I am water, adapting and carrying not of the flow. Where the streams, where the current is pushed, is the place I will go. I reside over lands, over mountains, over hills, way deep in the valleys. Yes, my spirit, it feels. I am water, aware yet I have not a care. I perform like Belagos, fountains, so you'd better beware. Go ahead, light a fire, please turn up the flame. Get it scorching and glistening, all eternal with pain. Make it small, make it big, add wood and then blow. But when I come around, oh little fire, why, where did you go? I am water, I'm snow, I'm ice when it forms. I accompany lightning, yet survive in the storm. I'm water, I'm midst in your eyes. If you stare, I capture your mind. Please do not take me there. Your thirst will get quenched. You'll sigh and you'll scream. I will let you know that I'm the stuff of your dreams. In a desert, you need me or you'll start to fail. You can try to replace me with soda or juice. You can try to replace me with gin or Grey Goose. But all of those things have no substance without me. A life where I am not present just cannot be. I am water. No one can take that from me. I will fill up your lungs and then still set you free. I'm water. Attempt to reject me and flourish, you'll be missing the nutrients you need me to nourish. Oh water, I need you. The song that you'll sing, you can try to deny it. You can try to disdain. Oh, trust me, I'm clear and can see through your games. My glistening shine, my hard body and vines. I'm essential to thoughts in the depths of your mind. I'm water, your money's not that. Oh, silver and gold, why, where are you at? I'm water. I'm water. Speak what of a job without me in your circle? It'll be pointless to rob. Oh, I am water. I am water, not food on a tree. Your turkey or chicken does nothing for me. I'm water, I'm plenty, I'm free. I'm water, the whole world pays for me. Yeah, love drop, man, drop poetry night is in full effect, man. Love, man, to my brother Philip Davis pertaining to his family, the house of Jacob. Be water. Be water. Love to you, brother. Love to the sister Ty Battle. Love to the brother Philip Davis. Hey, let's keep this going, man. Drop poetry. All right, we're getting it popping. And love to everybody, man. Love to the King Herm P. He said, hey, King, here's a doc of Francisco Pizarro. This conquistador is a piece of work. He's in that Chronicle of Akakor, which we'll be back in soon, man. My man, I am Moroccan. He's been surfing the wave, man. I mean, what a beautiful surfboard, man. So love to you, brother. We talked about, this Prester John, and this is dope because I love that the family is bringing this up because, you get me antsy, getting back into the Prester John series. He said, wow, is Hong Kong named after Prester John? On Khan, Wang Khan, On Khan, Hong Kong. So you got Hong Kong named after the priest king, King David. Davidic line, who was Theodore Roos. Alright. Wow. Just great drop from the family, man. I mean, Winifred Holcomb's all in that drop, man. He said, start to think about the Mashika, Sikha. Shikha means flame, powerful, ray of light. Peak of a mountain. Sounds like Moses to me. Things to teach. Teach me to be priestly. Y'all subscribe, man. Love to the king. We know rays of light referring to the horns of Moses. Moses is the Messiah. Messiah. Man. Love to you, brother. Man, love to the sister Sophia Harris. Thank you, brother. For some reason, Shank come to mind. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm far off, but again, I don't know. Great video. Got me thinking. I said, hey, great wave. Let's go. Let's go. Man, love to the sister Cara J. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, hey. I said, yeah, man. Truth, inspiration, true love. Hey. Love to you, sister. Love to all the family. Urban historians, drop. New Palm, you know what I'm saying? Get that shirt. I appreciate you, brother. I need a shirt. If they can't tell us who we are, how can they tell us who we're not? 100. Sent you the link, my man. Love to you, brother. Paul Town Light, all the family, man. Kenneth Collier, always been surfing the wave. He said you can get ancient history off of the internetarchive.org. That's what's up. Y'all, internetarchive.org. We can check that out. Paco, is it the love is eternal? Aki, trust the vibration. We're riding and give appreciation and give praise to the Creator only. We're just always talking about, man. Let's see what this internet archive is. My brother Kenneth laid on us right quick. Alright, so it's a non-profit library of millions of books. Yeah, so a lot of our stuff ends up getting linked back to here, just like our, these couple of books that we've been digging on, one of our, folks dropped in and gave us some great links on these books, and they're all in the archive as well. So, yeah, man, love to you, bro. Great minds. I mean, this is, a lot of what we already are digging on and getting on into. This is the ancient history of the Near East, H.R. Hall. So all that is also found in that archive. So yeah, love, brother. Love. Let's go. I mean, hey, we're surfing the wave, man. We're doing some feature drop. I want to give some love to my sister Dry Bones Rising. I've been meaning to give my sister some serious frequency and some serious appreciation for everything she's doing. We love our sisters. And then, hey, we still flowing with our vibe suites, you know what I'm saying? Look, we don't even need no website, tell you the truth. We got so many creative ways to reach out to y'all and promote our vibration awareness and just remember our vibration in different ways. We're not hooked on any one way of doing it. It's tacos, man. We could do it many ways. We use a third party named Podsnack to build our playlist up. Love to my man Isaac Ford, who's now, rebuilding our playlist. He's going to make it a wonderful spot by the time we come back with our site, the app, the music, and all that's going to be well organized. Our live radio, all that. I mean, I really appreciate the brother for so much of his efforts, his whole family. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate all the fam, man. Indigenous flute vibes. I'm gonna leave this link so y'all can still, vibe on these flutes, man. And we have many other playlists that I can also leave the links to. If there's one that you wanna dig on, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, this indigenous flute suite got over 14,000, hits. So I know y'all been digging in the library, and I know you miss it. So we'll be back in there, man. I mean, we do compare 432 versus 440, so you can see the different flow. These are all the playlists we're putting on the Frequency of Learning site. Again, we're getting into all the high schools, elementary schools, YMCAs, getting this music played in the classroom, help the children relax, raise those test scores if they're going to be in a jam-up place, a jam-up facility, getting brainwashed damn near. At least they can be in a healthy vibration. Into those schools that, are teaching more drop. Love to y'all. And, we're trying to get into all the schools and all the teachers, different classrooms, stuff like that. So, yeah, we got classic suite, relaxing guitar, harp and flute, native flute and drum, jazz and blues, easy flow. Man, love to the man, Tony Max, automatic greatness. Love to automatic greatness, man. Love you, brother Ariel. You know what I mean? The Drop Zone, man, that's cool one. That's a chill mix. The Drop Zone is a lot of your music you sent me, that I just kind of put in one suite. So we just keep that going. So any of these that you want, that's cool one. Ebony Eyes, that's Ebony Eyes, more R&B. That's cool one. I love to smile. She put a wonderful, she did some wonderful work with us as well. Mimosa, Jazz Suite, The High Road, more alternative, Lovers Rock for the lover in you. So, we put the work in to, put a nice compilation. And like I said, look out for the apps that you can be driving around and just enjoy the frequency, whatever genre you like, man, whatever you want to dig on. So, yeah, the frequency don't stop, man. We just keep being creative around here, and we do it for you at all times. We do it for you. So, without further ado, Dry Bones Rising is going to give some love to so many that we appreciate in the community. And, wow, sister, I really appreciate you. So let's keep rolling with our featured drop. Love to y'all.
He's 15 on his birthday due to vaccinations. And I thought it was
back it up a little bit.
Good morning.
Yeah, she got the
Welcome
flutes.
to Dry Bones Rising. I'm your host, Chief Prince and Tiger, a.k.a. Ahotep El Bey. This is the first recording that I've actually sat down and recorded in front of a camera, so I'm a bit rusty at it. So it's going to take some time for me to get used to it. Forgive the background noise. I have grandchildren that live with me. I posted a video about a month and a half, 2 months ago called Dry Bones Rising intro. I just posted my second video, and I apologize for any derogative remarks if it offends anyone. However, it hit close to home. I don't believe in vaccinations. I almost lost my son, who is now 17, when he was 15 on his birthday.
Wow.
Due to vaccinations. And I thought it was very important that I start there. I also want to give accolades to the people that had inspired me to do what it is that I do, although I've come into this troop about 4 or 5 years ago. First one would be Kingdrop. This is his library, 432, the drop. He has a very extensive library. I'm still reading. I'm 51 now, so I'll probably be like 70 by the time I'm done with it. As I say, I have to work, come home, deal with grandchildren, rip and run my children to school.
Wow. First of all, I'm sorry, sister. I just want to give you love. I know that you have an extraordinary responsibility, on a daily, and you're doing it. You're magnificent. You're building up wonderful treasures, and that's what you can be proud of. And we appreciate you. I mean, you're making me, my eyes swell up looking at this library, because we can't access it right now. It's just crazy. All the files are there. They're just, saying, oh, we don't know, why this is this and this is this, but these people, so we are working on getting this back up for you and for the family. But yes, this is an example of what we built since 2014, and love to all the family, that have contributed. Love to y'all.
Well, this is his library. As you can see, he has an extensive library. Very loving gentleman. He cares. He has a passion for what he's doing. Waking up the melanated people here on this continent, letting them know that we didn't come over here on slave ships. Well, not all of us did. And as you can see, his library is extensive. He has drop packages. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to yawn like that. I haven't been asleep yet. And what he does is he tunes music to a 432 hertz frequency, which is the frequency of love, healing. And by the way, thank you, King, Mr. Andrews, I believe, because I downloaded that Audacity. I haven't gotten a chance to use it just yet, but I will. I haven't seen much of live on the air.
Oh, we coming, baby. We coming, my sister.
As you can see, he has the indigenous flutes, his Lovers Rock. He has all these songs.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you subscribe to his channel and you send him, he'll send you 5 free songs a month.
Come on.
Anything else, donate a little bit to him, because the brother's really passionate. He's really helping out. Excuse me. He has the show archives, the Vibe Suites, and he breaks down what 432 megahertz is. And he also features, he also features a lot of other people that are conscious on his website. I'm trying to see if I can find that.
It's right here, sis. You gotta click home.
Probably his show archives. Right,
you gotta go home.
Excuse the scratchy voice. No, there they are. Okay, and you're gonna see quite a bit of people. Drop.
Love to Silas Nehemiah, Rah the Great One, man. You know what I'm saying? Political Mike D. Well for holding down the Drop Radio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we was, man, I mean, you know, we didn't miss a show. You know what I'm saying? We had it popping. And yeah, you know, if you don't know, man, you know, Live 365, you know, went off the air just overnight, and that was our main provider, you know, for that particular internet radio. So, you know, it's all a rebuilding process. We lost that. That was our main bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? We had a YouTube page, but we didn't ever post anything on it. So we might have had like 18 subscribers, and this was like a little over a year ago. You know, so to see the growth from, you know, 1 year can make, you know what I'm saying, to being developed, you know, here, and then now being able to put that back into our original design on our own, you know, standing. And love to the sister for pointing all this out, and love to her son, you know, who's recovered from a vaccination issue. These are issues that we, you know, covered and sat down because they're really close to home to all of us, to all our people, to our children. You know what I'm saying? I have children that, you know what I'm saying, we had the same, you know, we had to fight through these particular, you know, vaccination situations. All right. So, you know, I'm about to say go to the show archives, but yeah, we'll be back. And that's the best way to do it. Love to you, sister.
Vaccines Reloaded. Oh, he has one on there. He has the games. These are all his, I believe. Usually features other people.
Go home, my sister.
Website.
She'll find it, though. She gonna find it. Watch this. She gonna find it.
Let me see if I can find that.
You gonna do it. I know the future.
I don't know if it's on his home button or what.
Yeah, the home. Go home. We home. It's the home team. Oh, love to Bad News Greatest, the artist. Love to my man Track D.
Artist.
The Drop Lounge, all the fam. Man, we love our independent artists, man. We love putting the music in 432 hertz.
While I'm searching his website out,
she gonna find it.
I would like to say a bit about
Here we
my
go.
videos. I would like to apologize if my second video offends anyone, but it kind of hit close to home. Like I said, my 17-year-old son, I almost lost him 2 years ago due to an illness that he had come across. And it's going to be mentioned in the video. The video is called it's called Point of Death, but his illness was intussusception, where the bowel folds back on itself. And I found out that it was due to a vaccination that he had received. No one told me this. At the particular time, the doctor stated that it was rare for someone his age, and it usually happened in younger children. I went home and did some research and found out that there were hundreds of thousands of children who had been affected by this vaccination. And then I did a little math, which I'm not too good at, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist when I started putting in what they all had in common. They were all around the same age. They all ended up taking the same vaccination, the rotavirus vaccination. Some of the children died, and that led me down the road of what the medical industry is doing. They're actually committing genocide. Now, some of the people, they may be prolonging the illness, holding it at bay, but really doesn't get rid of the illness. My passion is health, holistic healing. I believe that everything He had put here on this earth for us, He put it here for a reason and for a season. And I've been studying botany on my own. I will be attending school for it. I don't want the degree, especially a Papal high and deeper one. All I want is the knowledge, because I found out that in order for them to teach us to do the slave work, they have to teach us a bit of the truth. Excuse me.
Man, I miss this website. Man, I miss this site.
They have to teach us a bit of the truth. And there's an old saying that a lie is always coming to the church riding on the back of truth. You see, truth is what foundation is to us. You can't walk on anything other than a foundation. I mean, whether it's solid or not, it really doesn't matter. But they have to teach you a bit of the truth. I have a daughter who's going to be taking her LPN license. And I told her, you know, what you do is you tell them what they want to hear. And in return, they're going to be teaching you some of the truth, but they're not going to teach you all of the truth. It's up to you to find that truth. So on Mr. So if you hear if you read the negative or derogative remarks, understand that I'm frustrated and I'm upset because my son still has problems with his stomach. Okay? And who knows what further complications he's going to have later on in life. He could actually succumb to that virus that they put in that vaccination. Right. You see, unlike a lot of, the females out here, a lot of the mothers, we are told that this will benefit your child. And if something comes from you, you're going to love it because it's a part of you anyway. But it never benefited. They never benefit. You cannot take foreign DNA and put it into the body of anyone. Not even another living sentient being. Because we're all unique. That's the way Hea made us. And to do so, the body is going to reject it. Now, I found that they're mutating a lot of viruses. Now, I'm not a biology major by far, but a lot, if not all, of the viruses that are found in animals rarely jumps that animal to human barrier. And if it does, the majority of the times it's because it's been hybridized and mutated. To do so, there is absolutely no reason for another person to put animal DNA in a vaccination, especially if we're not at risk to get it. 9 times out of 10, a lot of the children that succumb to these so-called childhood disorders or diseases are the ones who have been inoculated. Now, the proof that they don't work is that most of the people that get the chickenpox vaccination, MMR, they get mumps and chickenpox and whatever they're being vaccinated for, especially the flu. Facts. You don't know what they're injecting into you. Facts. If you watch my video, it's just only, 3 interviews? There are hundreds, if not thousands, of interviews that proves that they're committing genocide. Even some of their own doctors have come out against them. So, now, back to the drop. He features a lot of people on his channel. And the people that he features on his channel, this is how I learn about a lot of other people. The people that he features, Catrice, big ups to you too, sister.
Catrice Green.
You're a big support to the brother, and yeah. I think we need to learn to get along as males and females and help each other out. Because we're all part of that whole, you know.
Mm.
He has Phil Valentine. I watch him. Lex Will.
Love to the
Let's
kid.
get on to him.
Love to the
by
kid.
the way, Mr. Andrews,
Wow.
I would like you to thank your better half for me. It takes a lot of time and research. When you're reading, you have those young babies, and not only are you doing it for them, but you're doing it for us as well, because you have to understand, and you do understand, that when your children step out here in society, you want this to be a better society. I'm
Thank you.
one who don't believe that we should leave America, because if Haya gave us America,
Come on.
we will get it again.
I'm with you.
To me, to leave America just because we've been punished for going against his word by being subjugated by a cruel taskmaster would be pretty much like spitting in Haya's face. We must learn our lesson. I believe we have learned our lessons. That's why we're conscious today, and just move forward from here.
Wow. And that's just an amazing point, for anyone who's, wondering, like, is this something I should, flee from this way or this way? You know what I'm saying? Man, you could just, get your people around you, and y'all start building an indigenous situation around you that's, somewhere that you can, keep flowing with. Our particular spot in Utah, is somewhere that we can flow with. We don't got to flee there in flight. We don't got to make flight and make haste. We can flow. So now we can go in waves and keep going in waves and building in waves, and you can support that, and we'll support you, and we'll support each other, So love to the fan, love to Lex. We support him often. We feature him often. We support his work often. And we stay hijack free. What else we got, man? Love to my sister Dry Bones Rising. Please support Dry Bones Rising. She has so much great drop, and she goes more into the vaccines and, different things that are very pertinent to the health drop. And, we got to crank that up. I don't think we drop enough of the health drop. That's why I was so excited to get Professor Spirit on for his 3rd or 4th interview with us regarding his mucus-free diet, because it's so pertinent to the health drop. Some more drop from Sheena Living Waters. She dropped some other, great info on us. This is a wonderful build that we have a lot, with folks that come in the community and just want to support. She's the one that dropped these books on us. Was this ancient history? So she said, man, look into, this is the one she really said first, Inside Europe. She dropped this book, and she said, this will support our research. Now, she's a researcher that just dropped in and said, King, fam, what you dropping out here? Here's some books that will support it. And this is from 1938. So I'm trying to get a PDF on that. I can't wait to get the library up so we can get it popping all the way. Where we at? What's this? Oh, that's okay. So what she say? Sheena Living Waters, what you say this time? She said, 432 Jump Radio in California's. I found a book at a garage sale and a map according to the tale told. Ophir was a small town above Oroville Dam. That's the tale she's dropping. See, I can respect that, man. Just like Horace Butler, we just dropped some more of that. Love to Horace. We're trying to build. We're building with fair use. I found a book at a garage sale according to the tale told. Is it a tale? Is it a myth? Ophir, Solomon and Ophir, cities of gold. All right, we're going to get right back there. Ophir was a small town above Oroville Dam. Now, you heard about all the Oroville Dam drama going on in California, right? Cali. Khalifa. All right, let's go. King Juga, Caesar's son, was in this area. Thus we have Yuba County, Juba, Juga. Remember the one letter rule. Horace Butler was dropping. They always change one letter around. Yuba, Yuga, all right. 33 miles from the dam. Interesting. And Marysville, the first established gold rush city. Cities of gold. Gold rush city. That was named. Remember the California gold rush, right? All right, put it together. California gold rush. Ophir. Remember the Iborian game map? Got Ophir right over here near the Mexico, Four Corners. So it's multiple cities of gold. Gold Rush City, that was named the capital, but Sacramento won. So they named Marysville the Gold Rush City, the first capital, but Sacramento won. Now, what does Sacramento mean? If you're from Cali, this might be a good Cali trivia for you. Sacramento means sacred mind. Sacra, sacred. Sacra, sacred. Mind, mental, mind, sacred mind, Sacramento, sacred mind. Now that's the capital of Cali. Also, the Ishi, an unknown native, was found in Ophir Mountain 125 years ago. So what's up with this Ishi? An unknown native. So he was a indigenous Ishi found in Ophir Mountain 125 years ago. He was the last of an unknown tribe. Well, I guess it's unknown now, isn't it? I guess they made sure of that, isn't it? They claim to this day his DNA doesn't match the locals. Look, she's just dropping drop, man. You know what I mean? This ain't someone trying to shape your opinion of anything. She's just saying, look, man, here's some drop, and you can look into it. You can get the babies out. They found this cat named Ishi in Ophir Mountain 125 years ago. Ophir is a small town above Oroville Dam. Then she brought in the King Juga, Caesar's son. King Juga was in this area, was in Cali. King Juga, Caesar's son, was in Cali. Thus we have Yuba City, or Yuga. 33 miles from the dam. What's up with this number 33? Gold Rush City was named the capital, but Sacramento won, sacred mind. And the Ishi, also known as an unknown native, was found in Ophir Mountain 125 years ago. He was the last of an unknown tribe. They claim to this day his DNA doesn't match the locals. It's local, man. It's local. Why? Because he don't match who they're claiming are locals. I, too, am in search of my roots, as my great-grandparents were taken by the Germanic people under the king, sold into slavery. The Irish and Scots fought against the Catholic Church and their men enraged over bringing boat loads of slaves here. Thus, the true reason for the Civil War. The North fought against the South slave masters, but we lost. Now we are all chattel, as I discovered on the U.S. UCC financial statement. Well, yeah. You know, especially in Ireland and Scotland, anybody that's connected at all to these picks and all that, and anybody that was fighting against Esau there, or, the hijack there, eventually got kind of lumped together. You know what I'm saying? Now, she said, you asked what we can do. All right, look, I appreciate the drop. This is what I appreciate. Now, here's, what she's going to insert into it. And, it's all good. It's all good. We can have a conversation. You drop some drops, so at least we can have a 1-2. So let's go. You ask, what can we do? We all need to realize we've got no color in the eyes of the Creator. All of us were either invaded or stolen. All of us were either invaded. All right. So that's when you start murkying up the waters. When you break down this connection, you're breaking down the connection to the copper color races found here by the Europeans. They sure cared about a color when they wrote the copper color in the 1828 Webster Dictionary. Suddenly it doesn't matter. Suddenly it's all good. We're all the creators. Yeah, it's all the creators. It's all good. This happened via prophecy to a seed. And the seed does have a color, but they're more than this color. It's a seed, it's a tree, it's a seed. So if no color matters in the eye of the Creator, she's also saying no seed matters in the eyes of the Creator, which, of course, we hold very high exception to. We appreciate your drop, but then don't tell us that we don't matter and that we're all the same because people were taken into slavery at some point and this happened and everyone's been jammed up. Look, it ain't about everyone being jammed up. It's about our story that we're putting together, our vibration that we're connected to. You can give us the drop, but don't start murking yourself into our vibration. We're a tribe. We're awakening. We're awakening. We appreciate your drop, but if it comes at a cost, then we got to look at our cost-benefit ratio and say, does the benefit outweigh the cost? Does the benefit of your drop outweigh the cost of the jam up? Of telling us that, oh, color don't matter. See, yeah, all of us were invaded, so the Irish are not even considered Caucasian. So because she's modern Irish, she's not even considered Caucasian. So she wants to disconnect from Caucasians in the eyes of this rogue government. And it's all about everybody struggle together, all right. Whatever, fits, whatever. But that's not our agenda here. We're actually getting to the seed of the matter. Identifying with our seed here. We pay close attention to that on this channel. We are about vibration of our seed. All right, first, we're not trying to be kumbaya with everybody. We're actually awakening ourselves. So let us rock. Let us do us. We appreciate you dropping a drop. She says, I am sub-Saharan African. Isn't that amazing? All right, so she said, the Irish are not even considered Caucasian in the eyes of this rogue government. I guess to the Irish, she's saying that she's sub-Saharan African. All right, so now she's black. All right, come on, man. Come on. I must breathe now. Look, thank you for the drop. Keep dropping it. And I see your perspective. You have a right to it. But to say that color doesn't matter in the eyes of the Creator, well, the seed naturally has color, right? So, come on. All right, here we go. Love the Urban Read, man. Wow, look at these great. He said, question, are these lotus flowers possibly the blueprint for those fake Merkaba? Wow, real cold work. Talked about in your more drop, I think it was chapter 3, when you went in on the Honorable Juhali, part 3, I think it means. Yeah, wait, that's a beautiful wave, brother. I haven't thought about it. Let me swim in that. Isn't the one on the left of frequency shape in 432 hertz? Yeah, man, we digging on that 432. Yeah, we digging on that 432. All right. So love to the fam. Let's keep building. Let's keep building. Let's keep going. What else we got? We just doing some feature drop. We just enjoying ourselves, man. Beautiful morning in Los Angeles.
40
Oroville.
Yeah. So now it's time to really.
All right. Now, remember she brought up Oroville being right on top. Ophir, being right on top of Oroville, right there. So, then I saw this from BP Earth Watch, and I said,
21st, 2017.
Let's see what he's
dropping.
That's
5:55 p.m. Central Time today in the U.S. You're looking at the west coast there, about 3:55 p.m. You notice clouds are moving in, rain coming in off the west coast. But what's happening is with this warmer weather, the snow melt that they've been talking about is starting to occur. Now, I've seen these pictures fluctuate in as far as the depth of the reservoir in the last couple of weeks, a foot or two at a time. And as the level of the reservoir would increase, you would see the outflow increase, and they were starting to balance it. But now this warmer, moist air is coming in, and the snow melt's starting to catch up with them. It's been to where you would see it coming in at 14 or maybe 15,000 cubic feet per second at a time, and they would be letting that out, maybe get up to 16. But now we're dealing with numbers that overnight have went up to around 45,000. So we got to pay attention to this. You can see the spray coming out at the bottom of the reservoir here. That's what this camera, at this angle, that's the title of it, showing the spray. Yesterday they were starting to let out a lot of water, but now that the inflow is about 3 times what they've been getting, it's starting to get serious again because all the levels of the reservoir are up. Let's check this out. Now let's look at the last 24 hours at Oroville Dam. Notice it's part of the Feather River Basin, and that's important. You've got also north of here Shasta, which is California's largest reservoir. But again, Oroville's North America's tallest. But yesterday at this time, at 1500 hours, you were at outflow was at 46,391. They were anticipating at that time the increase of the inflow. And what has happened in 24 hours, the inflow coming in has went from 15,506 cubic feet per second to 43,840 cubic feet per second, almost 3 times the amount of inflow. That is the critical thing that we've been watching for, because again, we've seen it. Inflow 15,000 for the last few weeks. Outflow would be 15, 16, 17,000. Then it would drop back down in the level. But now, guys, we're getting outflow at 45. We're getting inflow at 43,840 cubic feet per second. So now it's time to really watch what we've been talking about, because you've had that large amount of snow melt. The reservoirs are full. We're going to take a look at that. And there's nowhere for the water to go. The dams are already weakened in many places. Oroville Dam has had massive construction trying to refortify this thing since it had the initial damage to the spillway. Now take a quick look at Shasta, guys. 24 hours inflow 24 hours ago, 12,641 cubic feet per second. Look at the inflow now, 37,705 cubic feet per second. Guys, I know many of you have been told by the local officials in that area to keep an eye on this thing. Now's the time to do it. Let's look at one other thing. Now, this is satellite imaging that's current, again, as of 5:59 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. You can see it's not a total monsoon push like we've seen from the Pineapple Express that's coming into California, but it's warmer rain that's going to intensify the snow melt and add to the moisture level that's coming down the mountains, guys. All of this is going to be feeding into the reservoir, and you can see that there are additional fronts that are moving in. How low this will dip through this Arctic vortex system that we're going through, it's hard to say. Let's back out and look at the entire northern hemisphere of the planet. If you look around, you can see that North America's here. You go down through Central America into South America. Here's the inlet at the Rock of Gibraltar going into the Mediterranean. Egypt, all the way around the planet. You come up on this side, here's your Aleutian Islands, Kamchatka, Russia, Japan. But what we're seeing, guys, is the effect of going into an extreme solar minimum. We've had 14 spotless days, which breaks a long-standing record that in a row. But again, this solar minimum has slowed down what some would call the dynamo, the interior of the planet, which is like an electric generator when you see the magnetic field that is generated around our planet that we call the magnetosphere, or the shields of our planet. That is weaker when we have a solar minimum. Now, what's happening today is we're at 655 kilometers per second, which is about 1.5 million miles an hour as far as solar wind stream coming into our planet right now. Now, the vortex is completely into chaos, if you ask me. Last week it was cold in the south. You guys started getting pounded in the north. Now it's the 80s in the south. Right. But there's extremely cold areas setting up. What happens during a solar minimum? You have the beginning of a mini ice age. I've said it for the last 2 years that this was going to start occurring. You guys in the north know exactly what I'm talking about. But what happens from space? You have a slowdown of solar activity, except for these large coronal holes. Then you see, again, the solar wind speed has doubled from yesterday to today, from around 300 kilometers per second, again, to over 600 kilometers per second, going from 0.75 million miles an hour to 1.5. That is producing an extreme amount of energy that's hitting the magnetic shields of our planet, being fed into the North Pole, into the northern Hedemund currents, the Hall currents that create ground current. They feed deep into our planet through the magma transition zone all the way to the magma layer. And again, some of these quakes are occurring in that magma transition zone. So what happens? Quakes, volcanoes like Etna. What happens then? If you go back in time in part 2 of this video, which I'll have up tomorrow, I'm going to go back in time and look at the volcanic activity during the solar minimums and the mini ice ages, these colder periods that really affected our planet. Migration, crop failure, the entire 9 yards. But
all right, man. Y'all go check that out. Yeah, it's funny how they put these models with zero evidence of any of this stuff. They haven't even drilled past 12 miles. They haven't even gotten close to none. Oh, we shot sonars. I know you give them a bit of the doubt. Yeah, they do have all the technology, so they do know the truth. It means that they're intentionally deceiving people about what the core really is and what's really going on internal of things that they don't know. They don't know what's going on 12 miles above. They don't know what's going on 12 miles below. They're hoping on angel tech. They're hoping on angel drop. But we know the drop, right? We got orientation, right? Let's check a couple minutes of these pyramids out, man. From, who's this, Atlantean Guardians? You know, I'm just featuring different things, man. You know, surfing the wave, you know. We're always surfing the wave. It's a massive
megalithic
pyramid.
architecture that has been reclaimed from the dense foliage. The Pyramid of Kukulkan is the central pyramid of Chichen Itza. Each of the 4 sides has 91 steps ascending it, 364 steps total, with the temple topping the pyramid considered an additional step totaling 365. Each step representing a day in the calendar. The pyramid's 9 stages, bisected by a staircase on each side, represent the 18 months of the Mayan calendar year. Uxmal, meaning built 3 times in the Mayan language, is one of the best preserved pre-Columbian sites in Mexico. The most recognizable and tallest structure is the Pyramid of the Magician. Coba, in Mexico, was a large ancient Mayan city that was home to about 50,000 inhabitants at its peak. Coba contains several large temple pyramids. The tallest, the Nahak
Until your land be trodden down.
pyramid, is about 42 meters or 138 feet high, and today only a small portion of the site has been cleared from the jungle and restored by archaeologists. The spectacular Pyramid of the Sun, located at the Teotihuacan complex near Mexico City, Mexico. The magnificent Pyramid of the Moon, as seen from the Pyramid of the Sun. The Teotihuacan Pyramid Complex in central Mexico. And here's the Teotihuacan Pyramid Complex in central Mexico from 18,000 feet up in the air. The Zunantunik frieze, more than 9 feet high and 30 feet long, features a 3-dimensional figure of a Mayan ruler. This was a thriving city of at least 10,000 inhabitants at one time. The Pyramid of Niches, El Tajín, northern Mexico. Mayan pyramid temples soar above the jungle at Tikal, Guatemala. Calakmul in the Mexican state of Campeche, not far from the Guatemalan border.
This is the old world.
Now let's turn our attention to Mexico. What does that mean, Mexico or Mexican?
Mexica.
The word stems from the Mexica.
Whoa.
They were the indigenous people who once ruled the famous Aztec Empire.
Whoa.
And constructed two man-made cities raised literally out of the lake.
Mexica is Moses. Mesek, Mosak, Meshi, Moses. Mexico, Mexica languages all throughout Peru connected to Mosak in Rus, Russia, Moscow. Moses, your foundational legend. What did he say about Mexico? It is Meshi, Mexica. Follow the migrations and dodge the hijacks.
From the Mexica.
Mexica.
They were the indigenous people. Mean Mexico or Mexican. The word stems from the Mexica. They were the indigenous people who once ruled the famous Aztec Empire and constructed two man-made cities raised literally out of the lake Texcoco around 1200 AD. The Spaniards later built what is now Mexico City on top of them. The Mexica spoke the Nahuatl language. Now, the Nahuatl words Aztecatl, singular, and Azteca, plural, mean people from Aztlan. Aztlan was the legendary ancestral homeland from which the Mexica people were said to have migrated from before arriving in central Mexico. The place Aztlan is mentioned in several ethno-historical sources dating from the colonial period, and each of them give different lists of the different tribal groups, I believe 7 in total, who participated in the migration from Aztlan to central Mexico, but the Mexica who went on to found the capital city of Tenochtitlan are mentioned in all of the accounts. Historians constantly debate the possible location of Aztlan, and some claim it's purely mythical, while some legends describe Aztlan as a paradise. The Codex Aubin says that the Aztecs were subject to a tyrannical elite called Azteca Chicomostoca. Guided by their priest, the Aztec fled, and on the road, their god forbade them to call themselves Azteca, telling them that they should be known as Mexica. So that is where the nation of Mexico gets its name.
Wow. So the creator said, man, you ain't Aztec, you're Mexica. And in Josephus chapter 6, in the genealogies, and he gets to Mosak and Mosaka, and he says, so was the entire nation once called, for those that are, able to get the job, able to understand, able to comprehend, that the entire nation was once Mosak. Mosak is Mexica. The entire nation of Mexico, Moscow, Rus. The entire nation is Moses, the foundational legend. They want to call you a myth and say you don't exist. You have foundation. Get that Atlantean guidance. Get it. All right, let's get some of this, let's enter the stars. We're just having a nice little frequency surf here, man. We're getting into Saturn's frequency. And he's going to compare this 432 with this 440 a little bit. Let's check it out.
Enter the stars and welcome to Deep Truth Live this morning. We have some very strange things to talk about today. I appreciate all of you guys showing up. We're going to look at the actual frequency of Saturn. And we're going to find out exactly what that means. We're going to find out how that ties into everything that we've been talking about. We're going to also find out how this false frequency of love mathematically fits into us finding the truth. Guys showing up this morning, give a couple of shout outs. See, identify this: James, Nicola,
all right,
Maddie, Mike Robertson, Always Hope, Patrick.
Belly flop, let's go.
This. So, that's the quick and dirty on that. Thanks everybody for showing up today. We're going to go through some more of this. It says here, this is a very complex and multifaceted topic. It involves exposing something called Kabbalah.
Alright, now we're talking about 528 frequency and 432. For some reason, I just never dug on the 528. You know, it's not like, you know, I didn't say nothing against it, you know, it's just, you know, but 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. We keep it real simple with frequency and numbers and you know, all that kind of stuff. But according to this research he's digging on, 528 is the frequency of Saturn, Satan. Let's go.
The cube. Now, we know there's a cube at the North Pole of Saturn. Casey, it's not a cube. It's a hexagon. No, it's a cube. Because a hexagon is a three-dimensional cube. Here's the North Pole of Saturn. Look at the images here. It's a storm. The storm is probably manifested through this sound, these sound frequencies. This is why the storm exists. And see, it's a hexagon, but a hexagon is a cube. As you can see here, three-dimensional cube. So, continue on with this article. It involves exposing demonology and interdimensional conjuring of entities called Nephilim or Jinn. In short, the topic exposes the very antithesis of pure, undefiled Christianity, which simply is the Edomite Jew sorcerers and their satanic rituals. You see, in order for the sons and daughters of Cain, either female mother goddess or a male sorcerer, to punch a hole in the Earth's electromagnetic plane, the veil, the enmity between the children of Eve and Satan, certain protocols of quantum physics must be followed. The black cube has instructed the literal children of Satan the world over how the conjuring and controlling of powerful entities. They falsely believe they can actually control them and can be accomplished. So this is the goal. This is all Saturnalia. It's Saturn based. They go on to, in this blog, this is a very good blog. I should probably actually copy this and paste it for you guys, to show that the song that was played in Eyes Wide Shut, the film, was at a 528 frequency chord.
Whoa.
In their Illuminati ritual. Okay? So the elite know about this. And if this was any kind of godly frequency, then they wouldn't be playing it in Eyes Wide Shut as part of their ritual. Okay? What else do we have here? Well, I looked at 528. At the factors, and I think we did this live on W Show, and lo and behold, here we see the truth. What are factors? Factors are all the numbers that you multiply to get the number 528. Here we see the truth unveiled. Digits 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 6 6, 8 8. Which two are missing? The 5 and the 7. Heinz 57. There is no double 5 and there is no double 7. And now you know why. Because this is the number of Saturn. Now, 528 is also a triangular number, which means it forms a giant triangle when you arrange individual elements. 528 elements can fit into a triangle. So it's somewhat rare. Now, of course, this is Saturn. And I believe that it is projecting some kind of something onto this planet. This may be the nature of sin. This may be how we are influenced. This may be the principalities talked about in the Bible. And when we go through and we look at some of these attributes of Saturn, all these numbers, here we find the missing 5-5, right? From the factorization in the eccentricity of Saturn. We also see, what else do we see in here? Here's the 6-6. Here's the 3-3. Right? The 6-6 and the 3-3. Right here in the prime, in the attributes of Saturn. But this goes even far deeper, because we do know what the numbers, or we think we know what the number and frequency of God is. And we've talked a lot about this, and we believe that it is 432 hertz. Now, I need to give a shout out to Mike Robertson. He's on Twitter. I think he's got his own YouTube channel as well. He sent me this link, and this link shows the difference between 432 hertz, which is what music used to be at until they changed it to 440, which is unnatural and slightly off tune. But I believe that Hitler or the Nazis are the ones responsible for changing this to from 432 to 440. So it's been several decades, and I want you to look at the difference between the hertz frequency of these two numbers, as Mike Robertson sent this to me.
Pay attention.
Here it is, 528 plus 432. Let's blow this up. This mathematical equation reveals Saturn. 528 plus 432 is 960, but when you subtract the numbers, you get the same number without the zero dropped. And for those of you with eyes to see, you know where I'm going with this. The addition and subtraction between the God frequency and the Saturn frequency is the numbers of Saturn, right here in the average orbital speed, 9.69. This is a very well-known number. Many people talk about the 9.69 of Saturn, and there we see it on display. Let's see, what is the, what are we looking for? I'd like to know how long it takes Saturn to go around the Sun. The orbit, they're going to show us that here, equatorial mean radius, known satellites. Orbital period is 29.45 years. Interesting, 29.45. Let's see if that number shows up anywhere in here as well. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. Some of the numbers associated with 528 and relating 528 back to 432, which is more of the natural frequency of nature in this reality. And there we find the truth. Now, some people are saying that the 528 frequency is a good frequency, and some of the research that I did tried to reveal that, but I believe this may be a deception. They're calling it the Fibonacci number. They're saying the golden mean is within this. Well, the Egyptians knew the golden mean as well, and they were not benevolent people, a benevolent race. They enslaved people. They used their knowledge to conquer people, make them build the pyramids, and enslave them. And God had to basically challenge the Pharaoh in order for him to let his people go. We had the plagues and everything else. We've tracked back the lineage of the pharaohs to Menes, or Mizraim, which was the son of Ham after the flood. And this is acknowledged by the scientific community that Mizraim, which his alternate name is Menes, was the first pharaoh. So this is the legacy that we have. So they're trying to call this the musical mathematical matrix of creation, and I'm just not buying it. It may be a repackaging of what the enemy is sending out from Saturn to deceive us. Could be the false love frequency here, but in fact I just showed you that this is what it manifests in a medium of water, and here you have the 14, which is Valentine's. Okay, let's pop back in the chat, see if you guys have any questions. Saturn is the 6th planet, as Uranus is the 7th. It says identify this. I see T. Kerr, T. Baldwin. Dabu has been wanting to do some research on somatics and try to track all these frequencies. I will tell you, this Saturn frequency, this 528, was very hard to find. I think there's only one video of it in all of YouTube. And you would think that many more people would be showing us this frequency, but this is it, you guys. So this is what's going on. Now you know why the World Trade Center stood for 28 years. Here's the 28 years on display right here.
Wow.
Okay. This is why you need to be careful with some music out there. A lot of these frequencies are hidden within the music, and they can evoke some kind of mind control on you. This is why many of us have songs attached to people that we've loved in the past, right? And like every time we hear a song, we think of that person, right? Well, that's sorcery. That's not natural. That's basically them locking us into that mindset, you see, and you can't escape it. Or that's why we get a tune in our head and we can't stop singing it, especially if a new song comes out. All of that is frequency sorcery. It's meant to draw you in and then mind control you. All right. Happy birthday, Victoria. She's going to be 28. Right on. I'll be 44. And I wanted to show you guys just bizarre numbers and how they manifest. This is, of course, is my YouTube channel. And here you see we're at 44,454 subscribers. And I am just 8 days, or actually 7 days, what's today, the 22nd, away from my 44th birthday. And March 29th is the 88th day of the year, which also just so happens to be Piano Day. The piano has 88 keys, and that's why they named it Piano Day. So this stuff is real, you guys. I believe, I don't think it's as spooky as we think it is. I think it's more like just the manifestation of this reality. And if you have the eyes to see it, then you see it. But we are not supposed to be predicting things and stuff like that. The Bible prohibits that. Looks like Long Lake 73 is 44 as well, born in 73. Yeah, shout outs to 73. I tune my guitar to 432 hertz. I actually have a video of me playing my guitar at 432 hertz frequency, or tuning, they call it. Whereas the normal tuning, or the standard tuning, is 440. Gosh, that's weird, right? 440, 44. Interesting. All right, let's. I'm gonna look in the chat here. Micah's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Micah's. My birthday is the day after you, brother. Oh, right on, Lep Up. Much love. And I'm trying to think of. Let me check through these and see if there's anything else I haven't covered yet. This is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. This was Al Capone, who did a hit. This happened on February 14th, 1929. Ooh, there's that 29 number. The orbit of Saturn. Interesting. Yep, there it is right there. So, I had this pulled up because they mentioned it in this film Timeless that I was watching. There was an episode about Al Capone, and they mentioned Valentine's Day Massacre. And so that's interesting how all of this kind of fits in together. 7 people were shot. And interestingly, one of the guys survived, and they got him to the hospital. And basically, he said nobody shot him. To me, that's eerie. If you're on your deathbed and they ask him who shot you, wouldn't you say it was Al Capone? But he didn't. He said, no one shot me. Okay? Then he died 3 hours later. This was Gusenberg, one of the victims of this shooting. So, let's go ahead and shut this off. So always beware, okay, you guys, of some of this New Age stuff that's out there. There are 2 Enochs. There's a good Enoch and a bad Enoch. So when you see the words Enochian magic, they're talking about the bad Enoch, so don't throw Enoch out with the bathwater. Okay? Haven't heard about that? Do your research on Enoch. Remember, for everything God does that's good, the devil has an evil counterpart. Just close some of this down. See if there's anything that pops out at me. Now, many of us are born into this reality, manifesting this reality for a purpose. Certain things attached to us so that we can expose evil, or we work for evil. And that is how things work. Okay? I'm here on the good side. But I was born on the 88th day of the year. And I've told you guys that dozens of times. I don't run away from that. I don't hide from it. It simply means that this was my part to expose. And I think we've done an effective job at exposing the number 88. So I'm going to throw that out there. And there's probably more to this, or I'm going to leave this up. This is the one that Mike Robertson sent me. And we're back in the chat. We're going to have an open discussion here. If anything else you guys want to talk about. All right. Some shout outs. Joe Temperado. Jimmy Richardson. Mind FK39, always a permanent fixture in the chat. Appreciate you guys all coming out. Be sure to check out the blog, you guys, on my website. As I've mentioned to you often, we're no longer doing enterthestars.com. Everything is on the blog, enterthestars.blogspot.com. Click a few ads over there for me to help support the site and support this channel. No need to make any donations. Just click the ads over there, and that supports the channel, okay? Let's look through here.
All right, man. So, you got in on that a little bit. Support it, man. Check it out. And, everyone's building the framework, man. So that is what it is. But, you dig on it. Clearly, he's, bringing more to what we've been digging on. And we're going to go back into the 432, back into some of the recon that we dropped a while back. You know what I'm saying, on this channel. You can go get that right now. We done dug on the frequency a lot. Live on the air, as well as, right here, man, in YouTube Frequencyville. But we rise above it, and we know, they give us duality, right? So on 1 minute you might get the 432 hertz, and then they might say, oh yeah, this is love too. This is love, that's love. But what scale are you on? You're on a different harmonic scale. So keep it simple, do what you do. You know what I mean? If you like this frequency, like that, you know what I'm saying? We have big visions, to be able to incorporate, all these frequencies, man, into our existence as they already exist. So you can come over here, you can vibe in 432, you can vibe, in 864, you can keep doubling the octave, 17, 28, 34, 56, keep doubling the octave, and there you will be. And yeah, we're about to get back in that flat drop, Worlds Beyond the Poles. I thought this was pretty cool. This is one of my, fun videos. I love going back to this 121 feet. A lot of people say, oh, well, to see curvature, on the plane, you got to be at this, you got to be at that. Well, this independent balloon flight, high altitude flight. This is not NASA. This is just an independent researcher. Like, I want to see if I can find any curvature without a GoPro lens, So I found one that didn't have a GoPro lens that gives you synthetic curvature. You know what I'm saying? It goes concave curve, and then there's other curves, right? So it's a few minutes, man. We're making a discount right now. I love y'all, man, and thanks for vibing with this feature drop. Keep on vibing with drop. The drop is water. The drop is moving. This camera's moving, and you tell me, do you see any curvature? This is real time. This is real life, and this is where you live. Remember who you are. I got better music. Let's get in that 432. Let's get in that deep Zen garden vibe suite. And you vibe and you let me know, where is your curvature? At 121,000 feet. I mean, we're not even talking about, you know what I'm saying, the horizon, you know, hitting the, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about, not the sun, we're talking about your actual Earth. This is a whole nother perspective. Oh, I see curvature. See, the Earth is I see the land curving. See? Nah, man. Do you see the Earth curving? Is this a vacuum of space? At 121,000 feet? Remember, you're on a mathematical model. 26,000 mile diameter, right? You're on a ball. So mathematically, every mile should have at least, what, 6 inches of curvature? Based on this model, 6 to 8 inches of curvature. And we're just flying high. And I want you to tell me where you see curvature at 121,000 feet on your Earth. What is your orientation? Moving water. You are firm. You are fixed. You are immovable. Moving water. Oh, where's the light coming from? It is a small sun on top of a large earth within a barrier that contains the sun on a flat, firm, fixed, and immovable plane where your trees used to reach the firmament. Your trees used to be antennas, used to be dreadlocks for your vibrations before they were cut and severed. Your vibration, your orientation. Again, how does the sun make a hot spot from 96 million miles away? 96 million miles away, and it makes a laser beam hotspot, lights up one little area. If your sun is super duper gigantic and you're just catching some rays from 96 million miles away, how does it do a hotspot spotlight right on top of one spot, on top of one section of clouds from 96 million miles away? Or is it only a few million miles away? Or excuse me, a few thousand? Only a few thousand. A few thousand or 96 million, you decide. What is more common sense? What is more turn on your senses, use your senses? What is more reasonable for your senses? That the sun is a few thousand miles away, just a few thousand, making a hotspot as it makes a circuit around you, making a hotspot as a small sun. What did Enoch say? 32 miles in diameter. The sun and the moon are both 32 miles, not 26,000 mile diameter, 26,000 circumference ball. Or do you see a ball here? Have you seen a ball yet? Have you seen one speck of curvature? What do you see? Use your senses, because they're coming back for you. They're there for you to use. They're there for you to know. The Most High never intended on you to go to science class to read about, oh, this is 26,000 mile diameter ball. He gave you senses to know you're not spinning around and around forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and forever, not ever being still, and not ever, forever not being firm, fixed, forever not being immovable. That's what they want you to believe, but no, you are firm, you are fixed, and it all revolves around you. That's why it's important. That's why it matters. That's what we do it for. So you know you're important. And it all revolves around you like clockwork. Hotspot. Spotlight. Are you going around the sun, or is the sun going around you? Choose up. Love to y'all. Alright, love to the fam bam in the UK, trying to make it happen for y'all. We know what we doing around here, man. We staying up, we suiting up, and we choosing up at all times. And we know our vibration is real and the hijack is real. And we know how to stay above the static. I love y'all, Drop Nation. Shabbat Shalom. Keep vibrating for the Creator. Keep being orientated. Keep being founded. Keep having foundation, and the Creator is with you always.